In the pursuit of success, there is one common trait that stands above all others: persistence. While talent, intelligence, and even luck play their roles, it's the ability to keep going, despite failure, setbacks, and challenges, that truly separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't. This book is about that very trait, the power of persistence, and why successful people never quit. Throughout history, those who have reached great heights have faced failure, sometimes more than they've tasted success. Yet, they refused to let failure define them. Instead, they saw it as a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey. This book will explore how embracing failure and using it as fuel for growth is essential to achieving long-term success. We'll delve into key themes like resilience, the importance of cultivating the right mindset, and how to develop the discipline to never give up, even when the odds seem stacked against you. As you read through the following chapters, you'll discover practical insights and real-life stories of individuals who achieved greatness because they were willing to push through adversity when others would have quit. Persistence is not just a quality you're born with, it's a skill you can develop. And once you do, the world of possibilities opens up in ways you may have never imagined. The concept of overnight success has long captured the public's imagination. We see headlines about individuals who seemingly rise to fame or fortune in a matter of days, weeks, or months. Whether it's a young entrepreneur whose startup goes viral, an athlete who breaks records, or a musician who tops the charts, the media often portrays success as sudden and effortless. But in reality, this notion is a myth. Behind every so-called overnight success lies years, often decades, of hard work, sacrifice, and failure. What is rarely highlighted in these stories is the countless hours spent honing skills, enduring setbacks, and pushing through moments of doubt. The spotlight tends to shine only on the final moment of triumph, but it ignores the long road of persistence that made that success possible. Consider the story of Steve Jobs, often celebrated as a tech visionary who revolutionized the world with products like the iPhone and Mac. Jobs may seem like a poster child for overnight success, but his journey was anything but smooth. He was famously fired from the company he co-founded, Apple, in 1985, after a series of internal disputes. For most people, this would have been the end of the road, but Jobs didn't quit. He went on to create a new company, Next, and purchased Pixar, which later became one of the most successful animation studios in the world. Years later, Apple rehired him, and he led the company to become one of the most valuable brands globally. His overnight success was a culmination of decades of innovation, failure, reinvention, and relentless perseverance. Another example is J.K. Rowling, the author of the world-famous Harry Potter series. Today, Rowling is celebrated as one of the most successful authors of all time, but her path to success was fraught with rejection and hardship. Before her books were published, Rowling was a single mother living on welfare. She faced multiple rejections from publishers who didn't see the potential in her story. It wasn't until after many setbacks and years of writing that a small publishing house finally agreed to publish Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Her journey was far from overnight. It was the result of determination and belief in her work. In the world of sports, athletes like Michael Jordan are often seen as naturals, destined for greatness. Yet Jordan, considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was famously cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he used this failure as motivation to improve his skills. Jordan's success came from years of relentless practice, hard work, and an unwavering refusal to quit after experiencing failure. These stories illustrate an important point. Success is not an event, but a process. The idea of instant achievement is not only misleading, but it also discourages many people from pursuing their dreams when they face their first setback. If you're expecting success to come easily or quickly, you'll be more likely to give up when the road gets tough. Those who understand that success is a long journey, often filled with more failures than successes, are the ones who ultimately achieve their goals. Behind every overnight success is a person who refused to quit, even when it seemed like they would never succeed. The next time you hear about someone's rapid rise to fame or fortune, remember that what you're seeing is just the final chapter in a much longer story of persistence, effort, and resilience. Failure is often viewed as something to be avoided at all costs. Many people fear it, seeing it as a sign that they are not good enough or that they should give up. However, for those who achieve lasting success, failure is not something to be feared, it's something to be embraced. Successful people understand that failure is not the end of the road. Instead, it is an essential part of the journey. Failure is, in fact, one of the most powerful learning tools available. When something doesn't work out as planned, it provides a valuable opportunity to analyze what went wrong and figure out how to improve for the future. In this sense, failure becomes a stepping stone to success, not a dead end. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset is key to understanding how successful people approach failure. For Edison, each failure brought him closer to success because he saw it as a necessary part of the process. He didn't view it as a reflection of his abilities or his worth, but as a way to refine his approach and ultimately achieve his goal. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to how they respond to failure. Successful people don't see failure as a reason to quit. Instead, they see it as feedback. They ask themselves, "What can I learn from this?" and "How can I do better next time?" By viewing failure as an opportunity for growth, they build resilience and improve their chances of success in the future. Consider the story of Oprah Winfrey. Today, she is one of the most successful media moguls in the world, but her journey was filled with failures. Early in her career, she was fired from her job as a television news anchor because she was told she wasn't fit for television. Instead of letting this setback define her, Oprah used it as fuel to pursue her passion for storytelling and ultimately built a media empire. Her failure was not a reflection of her potential, but a stepping stone that led her to a more authentic path. Failure is also a crucial part of innovation. In the business world, companies that succeed in the long term are often those that encourage failure. Why? Because failure sparks creativity. It forces people to think outside the box, try new approaches, and ultimately come up with better solutions. Companies like Google and Apple have built cultures where failure is not only accepted, but encouraged, because they understand that the path to innovation is paved with failed experiments and bold ideas that don't always work out. In our own lives, we can begin to reframe failure by changing how we talk to ourselves. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of our abilities, we can see it as a natural part of the learning process. When you fail at something, ask yourself, "What did I learn? How can I apply this lesson moving forward?" By doing so, you'll not only overcome the fear of failure, but you'll also use it to propel yourself closer to your goals. Success and failure are not opposites, they are partners in the same journey. When you embrace failure and use it as a stepping stone, you're well on your way to achieving long-lasting success. One of the key reasons why successful people never quit is because they are driven by something greater than just the desire for success itself. They are fueled by passion and purpose. Passion is the emotional fuel that keeps you going when the road gets tough, and purpose is the deeper why behind your goals. Together, these forces make quitting less of an option. When you are deeply passionate about something, the challenges you face along the way don't seem like insurmountable obstacles. Instead, they are seen as part of the adventure. Passion turns hard work into something enjoyable, and it gives you the energy to keep going even when the odds are against you. Purpose, on the other hand, gives you a sense of direction. It answers the question, why am I doing this? When you have a strong sense of purpose, you're more likely to push through adversity because you understand that what you're working toward matters. Purpose makes the journey meaningful, even when it's difficult. Consider someone like Elon Musk, who is known for his ambitious goals, such as revolutionizing space travel and creating sustainable energy solutions. Musk's passion for innovation and his purpose of solving some of humanity's biggest challenges have kept him going through numerous failures. His companies, like Tesla and SpaceX, faced many near-fatal setbacks, but Musk's deep sense of purpose pushed him to keep going when most people would have quit. His passion for technological advancement, combined with his purpose of creating a better future for humanity, has been the driving force behind his success. If you want to cultivate perseverance in your own life, it's important to identify what you are passionate about and what your deeper purpose is. Passion and purpose are what will sustain you when things get difficult. Without them, it's easy to lose motivation and give up at the first sign of trouble. Start by asking yourself, what excites you? What do you care about so deeply that you would be willing to face failure to achieve it? What impact do you want to make in the world? When you connect with your passion and purpose, you'll find that the idea of quitting becomes far less appealing. Exercises like journaling, meditation, or talking with mentors can help you discover and refine your passion and purpose. Once you have a clear sense of what drives you, you'll be better equipped to handle the inevitable setbacks on your journey. Passion and purpose will give you the strength to persist, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. Ultimately, passion and purpose are the engines that fuel persistence. They are what keep successful people moving forward, even when quitting seems like the easier option. When you have a strong enough why, you'll find a way to keep going, no matter the obstacles in your path. One of the core traits that separates successful people from those who give up is the ability to develop a resilient mindset. Mental toughness, the capacity to endure hardships and bounce back from challenges, is essential for achieving long-term success. While talent and hard work are important, resilience is what helps people push through the inevitable setbacks and failures that occur along the journey. Resilience begins with how you perceive challenges. People who succeed at high levels don't view obstacles as permanent roadblocks. Instead, they see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This perspective allows them to navigate difficulties with a sense of optimism and determination. When faced with failure, resilient individuals don't dwell on the negative aspects. They focus on what can be learned and how they can improve. A crucial part of developing a resilient mindset is mastering the art of positive self-talk. The way you talk to yourself in difficult situations can make or break your ability to persevere. If your inner dialogue is filled with negative thoughts, such as, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," you're far more likely to give up when things get hard. On the other hand, positive self-talk, phrases like, "I can handle this," "This is a learning experience," and "I've overcome challenges before and I can do it again," helps build the mental toughness necessary to keep moving forward. Successful people know how to reframe challenges. Instead of viewing a setback as a sign of failure, they see it as a temporary detour. This reframing allows them to approach problems with a solution-oriented mindset rather than being overwhelmed by the difficulty of the situation. For example, if a business deal falls through, a resilient entrepreneur won't see it as the end of their career. Instead, they'll analyze what went wrong, make adjustments, and move forward with a better plan. Building resilience is not something that happens overnight. It's a process that requires continuous effort and practice. Here are some practical techniques to help develop a resilient mindset. Practice gratitude. Focusing on the positive aspects of your life, even in the face of challenges, can help shift your perspective. Gratitude reminds you of what's going well and strengthens your ability to stay optimistic. Set small, achievable goals. Breaking down large challenges into smaller tasks makes them feel more manageable. Each small victory builds confidence and momentum, reinforcing your ability to handle bigger obstacles. Embrace discomfort. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The more you expose yourself to challenging situations, the more resilient you become. Whether it's stepping outside your comfort zone in social situations, tackling a difficult project, or pushing your physical limits in exercise, facing discomfort head-on helps you build mental toughness. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with can either build up or break down your resilience. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage and support your growth, and distance yourself from those who feed into negativity. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, but about thriving in the face of it. By practicing positive self-talk, reframing challenges, and developing habits that strengthen mental toughness, you can cultivate a resilient mindset that will carry you through the ups and downs on the path to success. Successful people are driven by a long-term vision. This vision is not just a vague idea of what they want to achieve, but a clear, compelling picture of their future. It acts as a guiding star, helping them stay focused and motivated through the inevitable trials and tribulations of life. Without a strong long-term vision, it's easy to get caught up in short-term thinking and lose sight of the bigger picture. In today's world of instant gratification, maintaining a long-term perspective can be challenging. We're constantly bombarded with messages encouraging quick fixes, immediate results, and shortcuts to success. Social media and the internet often highlight the highlight reels of other people's lives, making it seem as though success should happen instantly. This mindset can be dangerous because it sets unrealistic expectations, leading people to give up when things don't happen as quickly as they had hoped. A long-term vision, however, provides a sense of purpose and direction that helps you resist the temptation of short-term gains. It reminds you that the journey to success is a marathon, not a sprint. Successful people understand that the real rewards, whether it's financial success, personal fulfillment, or professional achievement, take time to cultivate. They don't get discouraged by temporary setbacks because they know that each step, even the difficult ones, is bringing them closer to their ultimate goal. One of the key benefits of having a long-term vision is that it helps you stay committed, even when motivation wanes. There will be days when you feel tired, discouraged, or unsure of yourself. Without a long-term vision, these feelings can derail your progress. But with a strong vision in place, you're able to push through because you know what you're working toward. To create a compelling long-term vision, start by asking yourself what you truly want in life. What are your most important goals? What kind of person do you want to become? What legacy do you want to leave behind? These questions help you identify what's most meaningful to you and allow you to align your actions with your long-term aspirations. Once you have a clear vision, it's essential to break it down into smaller, actionable steps. A long-term goal can seem overwhelming if you look at it as one big task. By breaking it down into smaller milestones, you can create a roadmap that makes the journey more manageable. Each small step brings you closer to your vision, and the progress you make along the way will help maintain your motivation. Another important aspect of staying focused on your long-term vision is learning to manage distractions. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get sidetracked by shiny objects and opportunities that seem exciting, but don't align with your ultimate goal. To avoid this, continually check in with yourself and ask, does this move me closer to my vision? If the answer is no, it may be time to let go of that distraction. A long-term vision gives you a sense of direction and purpose that helps you weather the storms of life. By keeping your eyes on the bigger picture and making steady progress toward your goals, you'll be far more likely to achieve lasting success. Setbacks and mistakes are inevitable on the path to success. While many people view them as reasons to quit or change course, successful individuals see them as opportunities for growth. They understand that setbacks are not permanent failures, but temporary obstacles that provide valuable lessons. Instead of letting mistakes define them, they use these experiences to refine their approach and become stronger. One of the key differences between successful people and those who give up is how they handle setbacks. When faced with failure, successful individuals don't throw in the towel. Instead, they take a step back, analyze what went wrong, and ask themselves, what can I learn from this? This mindset allows them to turn setbacks into stepping stones that bring them closer to their goals. The first step in learning from setbacks is to adopt a growth mindset. A growth mindset, as coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, learning, and perseverance. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as threats to their competence. This mindset makes it easier to recover from setbacks because you view failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as part of the learning process. Analyzing your mistakes is an essential part of the learning process. After experiencing a setback, take the time to reflect on what went wrong. Ask yourself the following questions. What specifically caused the setback? Was it a lack of preparation, poor decision-making, or external factors beyond your control? What can I do differently next time? Identifying specific actions or changes that can prevent the same mistake from happening again is crucial for growth. What did I learn from this experience? Every setback contains valuable lessons, whether it's about yourself, the task at hand, or the environment you're operating in. For example, let's take the story of Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Before launching her billion-dollar business, Blakely experienced numerous failures, including scoring poorly on law school entrance exams and failing as a door-to-door salesperson. Instead of letting these failures discourage her, she viewed them as valuable learning experiences. Her persistence and ability to learn from setbacks eventually led her to develop Spanx, a revolutionary product that made her one of the world's most successful entrepreneurs. In the corporate world, businesses that embrace failure as part of the learning process tend to thrive in the long term. Companies like Amazon and Tesla have experienced high-profile setbacks, yet their leaders, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, encouraged their teams to learn from these failures and continue pushing forward. This mindset of using failure as a tool for improvement is a hallmark of successful organizations. Ultimately, setbacks and mistakes are unavoidable, but they don't have to derail your progress. By adopting a growth mindset, analyzing what went wrong, and using each experience as an opportunity for improvement, you can bounce back stronger and more prepared for future success. Every setback brings with it the potential for growth, and those who succeed are the ones who take full advantage of these opportunities. Consistency is often hailed as the secret weapon of high achievers. While talent, intelligence, and creativity are important, it is the discipline of showing up day after day, regardless of circumstances, that separates successful individuals from the rest. Consistency doesn't always get the same attention as more glamorous traits, but it is the driving force behind long-term success. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is that success is the result of big, dramatic actions. In reality, success is often the result of small, consistent actions repeated over time. Whether it's building a business, mastering a skill, or improving health, the compound effect of these daily efforts adds up to significant progress. This is what makes consistency so powerful. It's not about doing extraordinary things all the time, but about doing ordinary things consistently well. Take fitness, for example. If you work out intensely once a month, you're unlikely to see much improvement in your health or physique. However, if you exercise moderately 5 times a week, those efforts will compound over time, leading to noticeable results. The same principle applies to building a career, learning a new language, or developing any other skill. Success isn't about working hard occasionally. It's about working consistently, even when you don't feel like it. Successful people understand this. They don't rely solely on bursts of motivation to achieve their goals. Instead, they create routines and habits that allow them to maintain consistent effort over the long term. One of the key benefits of having a routine is that it eliminates the need to make decisions every day. When you know exactly what you're going to do each morning, whether it's hitting the gym, working on a project, or reading a book, you don't waste mental energy debating whether or not to take action. This helps you stay on track, even when motivation is low. Consistency also builds momentum. When you take small steps every day toward your goal, you begin to see progress, which fuels further motivation. Over time, this creates a snowball effect. What once seemed impossible becomes attainable because you've built the habit of taking consistent action. Momentum helps you push through the tough days and makes it easier to stay committed to your goals. To cultivate the discipline of consistency, start by establishing daily habits that align with your long-term vision. These habits don't have to be grandiose or time-consuming. Even small actions, such as dedicating 10 minutes a day to a new skill or practicing gratitude each morning, can make a big difference. The key is to remain consistent even when progress seems slow or obstacles arise. Another critical aspect of consistency is tracking your progress. Keeping a journal or log of your daily efforts allows you to see how far you've come, even when it feels like you're not making progress. It also holds you accountable. When you can look back and see how much time and effort you've invested, it reinforces your commitment to keep going. Ultimately, consistency is about persistence and dedication. It's about showing up even when it's hard and doing the work even when the results aren't immediate. This discipline separates those who achieve lasting success from those who give up after the initial excitement wears off. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your ability to stay motivated and persevere through challenges. Successful individuals understand the importance of building a strong support system that uplifts and inspires them. While personal discipline and resilience are crucial, the right relationships can help you stay on track, provide encouragement during difficult times, and offer valuable perspectives that keep you moving forward. There's a well-known saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This speaks to the powerful influence that your inner circle can have on your mindset, behavior, and ultimately, your success. If you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, positive, and driven, you're more likely to adopt those same qualities. On the other hand, if you're constantly around negative, toxic, or unmotivated individuals, their attitudes can bring you down and sabotage your progress. Successful people are intentional about the relationships they cultivate. They seek out mentors, peers, and friends who challenge them to grow and hold them accountable to their goals. These relationships provide a network of support that can make all the difference when you're facing setbacks or feeling tempted to quit. One of the key qualities to look for in the people you surround yourself with is positivity. People who maintain a positive outlook, even in the face of adversity, can help you stay motivated and focused. They encourage you to see the opportunities in challenges and remind you that setbacks are temporary. Being around positive people also helps you develop a growth mindset, which is essential for long-term success. Another important factor is finding people who share your values and goals. Whether it's in business, personal development, or health, having a community of like-minded individuals can keep you motivated and inspired. These people understand the challenges you're facing because they're pursuing similar goals. They can offer advice, share their own experiences, and provide the kind of encouragement that only comes from someone who's walked the same path. While it's important to surround yourself with supportive, uplifting individuals, it's equally crucial to distance yourself from toxic relationships. Toxic people can drain your energy, undermine your confidence, and create unnecessary drama that distracts you from your goals. Whether it's a negative coworker, a friend who's always complaining, or a family member who doesn't believe in your dreams, toxic individuals can have a powerful impact on your ability to persevere. It's not always easy to remove toxic people from your life, especially if they're close friends or family members. However, you can set boundaries that limit their influence over you. Protect your mental space by reducing the amount of time you spend with people who bring negativity into your life. Focus on nurturing relationships with those who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self. Remember, no one achieves success alone. Building a strong support system of positive, like-minded individuals is one of the most important steps you can take to ensure your long-term success. One of the defining characteristics of successful people is their ability to thrive in uncertain and uncomfortable situations. While most people shy away from discomfort and fear the unknown, high achievers recognize that these are often the environments in which the greatest growth occurs. They understand that to reach new heights, they must be willing to push beyond their comfort zones and embrace the challenges that come with uncertainty. Uncertainty is an inevitable part of life, especially when pursuing ambitious goals. Whether it's starting a new business, changing careers, or taking on a difficult project, there will always be factors beyond your control. Successful people don't let this uncertainty paralyze them. Instead, they focus on what they can control: their actions, their mindset, and their response to challenges. The ability to embrace discomfort is what allows successful individuals to take risks that others are unwilling to take. They understand that growth and progress don't happen in the safety of the familiar. In fact, it's often in the most uncomfortable situations that breakthroughs occur. Whether it's pushing through a tough workout, navigating a challenging business negotiation, or stepping onto a stage to speak in public, discomfort is a necessary part of achieving greatness. One practical way to become more comfortable with discomfort is to gradually expose yourself to challenging situations. Start by setting small, achievable goals that push you slightly outside your comfort zone. Over time, as you achieve these smaller goals, you'll build the confidence and resilience needed to take on bigger challenges. This approach, often referred to as progressive desensitization, helps you develop the mental toughness required to face uncertainty head-on. Another strategy for embracing uncertainty is to focus on the process rather than the outcome. When you're fixated on achieving a specific result, the fear of failure can become overwhelming. However, when you shift your focus to the actions you're taking each day and the progress you're making, the pressure of the unknown diminishes. Successful people understand that they can't control every outcome, but they can control how they show up and do the work, regardless of the circumstances. Mindfulness and meditation can also be powerful tools for navigating uncertainty. By practicing mindfulness, you train yourself to stay present and grounded, even when things feel chaotic. This helps you remain calm in the face of uncertainty and prevents your mind from spiraling into anxiety about what might go wrong. Meditation can help you develop the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them, making it easier to stay focused on the task at hand. Ultimately, embracing uncertainty and discomfort is a skill that can be developed over time. The more you push yourself to step outside your comfort zone, the more resilient and adaptable you become. Successful people don't just survive in uncertain situations. They thrive in them because they understand that it's in these moments of discomfort that the greatest growth and success occur. Adaptability is one of the most crucial traits of successful people. While perseverance is essential, it doesn't mean sticking rigidly to one approach, regardless of how the circumstances change. The ability to adapt, to pivot when necessary, is what allows successful individuals and businesses to thrive in unpredictable environments. This combination of persistence and flexibility is what sets them apart from those who either give up too soon or remain stuck in outdated strategies. Life and business are full of unexpected challenges. Economic downturns, technological shifts, and personal setbacks are just a few examples of the kinds of disruptions that can derail even the most well-laid plans. Successful people understand that the key to thriving in such an environment isn't to hold on to a single plan at all costs, but to adjust their approach as new information and opportunities arise. They remain focused on their long-term vision, but are flexible in the steps they take to get there. A powerful example of adaptability in business is the story of Netflix. Initially, Netflix was a DVD rental company that mailed movies to customers. As technology advanced and streaming services became more popular, the company saw an opportunity to pivot. Instead of clinging to its original business model, Netflix adapted and became the streaming giant we know today. This ability to recognize the need for change and act on it, while still remaining committed to their core vision of providing entertainment, allowed Netflix to outpace its competitors and dominate the market. Adaptability doesn't just apply to businesses, it's just as critical for individuals. In any career or personal endeavor, there will be moments when you realize the path you're on isn't leading to the desired outcome. At that point, you have two options: give up or pivot. The key is to remain flexible without abandoning your overall goal. This might mean learning new skills, exploring alternative approaches, or even seeking advice from mentors. Successful people are not afraid to let go of what isn't working and embrace what could be better. However, adapting doesn't mean quitting. There's a fine line between giving up on a dream and adjusting your course to achieve it. The distinction lies in staying true to your long-term vision while being flexible in how you achieve it. For example, if a business owner finds that their product isn't selling well in one market, they might pivot to a different market rather than closing their business entirely. Similarly, if an athlete finds that one training method isn't delivering results, they might adopt a new technique instead of abandoning their pursuit altogether. Successful individuals view setbacks not as reasons to quit, but as signals to reassess and adapt. They ask themselves, what can I change to keep moving forward? This mindset allows them to continually evolve and find new ways to overcome obstacles. Rather than being rigid in their approach, they embrace change and see it as an opportunity for growth. In your own life, embracing adaptability means being willing to experiment with different strategies and learn from each attempt. It's important to recognize when your current approach is no longer effective and to have the courage to try something new. But remember, adapting doesn't mean losing sight of your goals. It means finding new ways to achieve them. Even the most successful people face moments of doubt, discouragement, and burnout. What separates those who persevere from those who quit is their ability to stay motivated when the going gets tough. It's easy to feel energized and driven when everything is going smoothly, but true success is often determined by how you maintain your motivation during difficult times. One of the key strategies that successful people use to stay motivated is keeping their why front and center. Your why is the deeper reason behind your goals. It's the purpose that fuels your ambition and keeps you going, even when you encounter obstacles. For some, the why might be financial independence. For others, it might be creating a legacy, making a difference in the world, or achieving personal fulfillment. Whatever it is, reminding yourself of this deeper purpose can reignite your passion when you're feeling discouraged. Another technique for staying motivated is breaking your larger goals into smaller, more manageable milestones. When you're facing a massive project or challenge, it can feel overwhelming, and it's easy to lose motivation when progress seems slow. Successful people understand the importance of celebrating small wins along the way. These small victories serve as fuel, helping you stay energized and focused on the bigger picture. When you break down your goals, each milestone becomes an opportunity for positive reinforcement. Did you finish the first draft of a proposal? Celebrate it. Did you make progress on your fitness goal this week? Acknowledge it. These small moments of achievement build momentum and remind you that progress is being made, even if it feels slow. Momentum is a powerful motivator, and successful people leverage it to keep pushing forward when things get tough. It's also important to remember that motivation isn't something you should rely on exclusively. Motivation can ebb and flow, and there will be days when you simply don't feel like doing the work. On those days, successful people rely on discipline to carry them through. They understand that action leads to motivation, not the other way around. By taking action, even when they don't feel motivated, they often find that the simple act of getting started reignites their drive. In addition to focusing on their why and celebrating small wins, successful people also find ways to recharge their energy when they're feeling drained. This might involve taking breaks, engaging in activities they enjoy, or spending time with supportive people. They recognize the importance of self-care and understand that burnout is counterproductive. Maintaining a balance between work and rest is crucial for long-term success. Finally, surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people can play a huge role in staying motivated. When things get tough, it's easy to fall into a negative mindset or feel like giving up. But having a strong support system can provide encouragement, perspective, and accountability. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or peers, the people around you can help lift you up when you're struggling and remind you of your capabilities. In summary, staying motivated during difficult times requires a combination of keeping your purpose in mind, breaking down your goals into manageable steps, celebrating progress, relying on discipline, recharging when needed, and surrounding yourself with a strong support system. Successful people understand that motivation isn't always constant, but with the right strategies, they can keep pushing forward even when things are tough. There's a common misconception that success is reserved for those who are naturally gifted or extraordinarily talented. While talent certainly plays a role, persistence and grit are often far more important in determining who ultimately achieves their goals. Time and again, we see stories of individuals who, despite lacking the natural advantages of their peers, rise to the top simply because they refuse to quit. Talent can only take you so far. In fact, one of the downsides of relying solely on talent is that it can create complacency. People who are naturally talented at something may not develop the same work ethic or resilience as those who have to fight for every bit of progress. On the other hand, those who are persistent, who show up, put in the effort, and push through challenges, often outperform their more talented counterparts over time. One example of this is the story of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before achieving worldwide fame, Rowling faced numerous rejections from publishers. She was a single mother living on government assistance, and by all outward appearances, success seemed unlikely. However, her persistence in the face of rejection eventually paid off. Her determination to see her vision realized outweighed the initial lack of support, and today her books have sold over 500 million copies. Similarly, Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, famously failed thousands of times before achieving success. When asked about his failures, Edison reportedly said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's story highlights the power of persistence. He didn't view failure as an endpoint, but rather as a stepping stone toward eventual success. The truth is, persistence often beats talent because it ensures that you stay in the game long enough to figure out what works. You don't need to have all the answers right away, and you don't need to be the best at what you do from the start. What you need is the willingness to keep going, to learn from each failure, and to apply those lessons to the next attempt. Cultivating grit and persistence in your own life requires a few key strategies. First, focus on progress rather than perfection. When you're persistent, you understand that growth takes time and that setbacks are part of the process. Instead of getting discouraged by slow progress, celebrate the fact that you're still moving forward. Second, develop a mindset that embraces failure as a learning tool. When you're not afraid to fail, you become more willing to take risks and try new things. This resilience is what allows successful people to bounce back from adversity and keep pushing toward their goals. Finally, build a strong support system that encourages you to keep going when things get tough. Persistence can be challenging, especially when progress is slow or obstacles seem overwhelming. But having people in your corner who believe in you and remind you of your potential can make all the difference. In the end, persistence is often the defining factor between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't. Talent might get you noticed, but persistence is what keeps you in the game long enough to succeed. By cultivating a mindset of grit, learning from failure, and staying committed to your goals, you can achieve far more than you ever thought possible. Perfectionism can be one of the greatest barriers to success. While striving for excellence is admirable, perfectionism is a mindset that often leads to frustration, burnout, and ultimately quitting. Many people who are perfectionists hold themselves to impossible standards, believing that anything less than flawless is unacceptable. This belief can paralyze progress, as the fear of making mistakes or being judged prevents them from taking action. Successful people, however, understand that perfection is an illusion. They focus on progress, not perfection, recognizing that growth and learning come from doing, even if it's not perfect. They embrace the idea that the pursuit of excellence is more about consistent effort and learning from mistakes than about achieving flawless outcomes. Perfectionism often stems from a fear of failure or rejection. It's the belief that if we make a mistake, we'll be judged harshly, and that judgment will define us. But successful individuals view mistakes differently. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or abilities, but a natural part of the learning process. They don't wait for perfect conditions to act. They dive in, make mistakes, and adjust as they go. One of the most effective ways to overcome perfectionism is to shift your mindset from all or nothing thinking to a focus on progress. Instead of viewing your work or efforts as either perfect or worthless, embrace the idea that incremental progress leads to improvement over time. Each step forward, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goal. Additionally, it's important to give yourself permission to be imperfect. Acknowledge that everyone, no matter how successful, makes mistakes and experiences setbacks. The key is to keep moving forward, learning from those imperfections and using them to grow. Another strategy for combating perfectionism is to set realistic, achievable goals. Break down your larger objectives into smaller, more manageable tasks. This approach not only makes your goals feel less overwhelming, but also gives you more opportunities to celebrate progress along the way. Each small win builds momentum and helps you stay motivated without the pressure of achieving perfection. Finally, surround yourself with a support system that values effort and progress over perfection. Seek out mentors, peers, or friends who encourage you to take action, even if it's not perfect. Their support and feedback can help you stay grounded and remind you that imperfection is part of the journey to success. By letting go of perfectionism, you free yourself to experiment, take risks, and learn from your mistakes. It's through these imperfect experiences that you'll gain the knowledge and skills needed to achieve lasting success. One of the greatest rewards of persistence is that success often arrives just when you're on the brink of giving up. Many people quit too soon, unaware of how close they are to achieving their goals. Successful people understand that the journey to success is rarely linear. It's filled with ups and downs, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But those who push through these challenges are the ones who reap the long-term rewards. One powerful example of the rewards of sticking it out is the story of Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks. In the early days of Starbucks, Schultz faced rejection after rejection when trying to raise funding for his vision of expanding the company into a global brand. He was turned down by more than 200 investors before finally securing the necessary capital. Had he given up after the first 100 rejections, Starbucks would never have become the global coffee giant it is today. Similarly, the author Stephen King's first novel, Carrie, was rejected 30 times before it was finally published. King was so discouraged by the repeated rejections that he initially threw the manuscript in the trash. Fortunately, his wife retrieved it and encouraged him to keep going. The novel went on to become a bestseller and launched King's legendary writing career. These stories illustrate a critical truth. The road to success is often longer and more difficult than expected, but persistence pays off. Those who stick with their goals, even when things seem impossible, often discover that success was closer than they realized. A key reason why people give up too soon is the phenomenon known as the dip. The dip is the challenging period in any endeavor when progress feels slow, obstacles seem insurmountable, and motivation wanes. It's during the dip that many people quit, believing that success is out of reach. However, those who push through the dip often find that it's the final hurdle before a breakthrough. Recognizing when you're in the dip and staying the course can make all the difference. Instead of viewing the dip as a sign of failure, successful people see it as part of the process. They understand that persistence through difficult times is what sets them apart from those who give up. They keep going, confident that the rewards will come if they stay focused and committed. To help you stay motivated during tough times, it's important to celebrate small victories along the way. These small wins remind you that progress is being made, even if the ultimate goal still feels distant. Additionally, maintaining a long-term perspective can help you stay focused on the bigger picture. Remind yourself that setbacks and challenges are temporary, but the rewards of persistence are lasting. By sticking it out through difficult times, you position yourself for the breakthroughs and opportunities that others miss by giving up too soon. Persistence doesn't just increase your chances of success. It guarantees that you'll grow stronger, wiser, and more capable with each challenge you overcome. To never quit on your dreams requires more than just motivation. It requires a deep commitment to certain principles and mindsets that will carry you through the inevitable challenges and setbacks. While motivation may get you started, it's discipline, resilience, and a clear vision that will keep you going when things get tough. One of the key principles to adopt is the belief that persistence is a choice. Successful people don't rely on fleeting feelings of motivation. They make a conscious decision to keep going, no matter what. They understand that setbacks are part of the journey and that quitting is simply not an option if they want to achieve their goals. By framing persistence as a choice, you take control of your mindset and refuse to let temporary challenges derail your progress. Another essential mindset is the commitment to continuous growth. Successful people see every setback as an opportunity to learn and improve. Instead of being discouraged by failure, they view it as feedback, adjusting their strategies and approaches as needed. This growth mindset keeps them resilient, adaptable, and focused on long-term success. To develop this mindset, regularly ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? And apply those lessons to your next steps. Staying committed to your goals also requires having a clear vision of what you want to achieve. This vision should be so compelling that it pulls you forward, even when the road gets difficult. Regularly remind yourself of your why, the deeper reason behind your goals, and keep that vision front and center in your mind. Whether it's through daily affirmations, visualization exercises, or writing down your goals, keeping your vision alive will help you stay motivated and focused. In addition to having a strong vision, it's important to build habits that support your persistence. Successful people understand that it's the small, consistent actions taken daily that lead to big results over time. Whether it's dedicating time each day to work on your goals, maintaining a positive mindset, or seeking out opportunities for growth, these habits will keep you on track, even when motivation is low. Another practical strategy for staying committed is to set up systems of accountability. Surround yourself with people who support your vision and hold you accountable to your goals. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a group of like-minded individuals, having external accountability can help you stay committed when your own motivation wavers. Finally, embrace the mindset that quitting is not an option. Successful people burn their ships. They eliminate the possibility of retreating or giving up. By fully committing to your goals, you remove the temptation to quit and create a mindset of no matter what. This unwavering determination is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up when things get tough. By adopting these principles and strategies, you can ensure that you never quit on your dreams, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. Success isn't reserved for the most talented or the luckiest. It's reserved for those who refuse to give up.